Welcome back to the Mani and Fariha show, where our topic of discussion today is education, the relevance of it, the benefit of it. Well, let's just say there is always a benefit of it, and also the initiative behind all of these projects. The one that we are discussing today is the Namal project, and I'd like to hear a little bit from yourself, Yasser. You are local from that area, right?
Yes, I am. My hometown is 15 kilometers away from Namal, Noli City, and I know how amazing project it is, and it's a beautiful area. It's located on top of a mountain, right next to the lake, and it provides a quite peaceful environment to the students, so they can focus on their studies. It's a great project.
Yeah, it
oh my
sounds
God.
it. We
if
have
I
to
have
visit,
a school,
Mani.
exactly. If I have a school in that kind of location, I'll be so focused, and this is exactly what we need. अब मैं आपसे of course हमारे listeners में बहुत से उर्दू speaking उर्दू के बहुत सी audiences भी हैं, and I'm just going to again switch my channel from English to Urdu too, so everybody can enjoy our show. And मैं आपसे वही कुछ question maybe repeatedly दोबारा से भी पूछूंगी. तो आप हमें बताएंगे कि नमल जो name था, ये how did you come up with that name? ये name कहाँ से originate हुआ?
Actually, वो जो लेक है नमल नॉली सिटी के साथ, उसका नाम है नमल लेक, नमल झील, तो उसी की फिर वजह से फिर उसको नमल नॉली सिटी का नाम रखा गया.
That's good, great.
Wonderful. And you were saying, Yasser, that all of the people that attend this university, is it co-education or is it for one denomination?
It's a co-education, so it's provides opportunity to boys and girls, and and it was actually founded in 2008.
Yes.
And so far we spent 261 million on this project.
Amazing.
And currently we have 2 established schools, a computer school and electrical engineering school. And the 4 more schools we are trying to build. One of them will be a med school.
Wow,
excellent.
That's excellent.
And you said that it started in 2008,
yes,
correct? So
yes.
who started this initiative?
Actually, this is the idea of Imran Khan. Imran Khan belongs to the same area, and his hometown
so
is
it's very near and dear to his
heart.
Yes, yes. And he had this vision, and I think this will be a trendsetter for in our country, and I think people will take this idea to their provinces, their districts, and
to their hometowns.
Yes,
absolutely.
And we would like to have as many as knowledge cities as we can in Pakistan.
So you refer to Namal as the city of knowledge.
Yes.
Is that because of this initiative, just because of this university, or is there some more background to it?
We actually want to build this knowledge city as Oxford University and Cambridge University, and also it will bring like in Canada, like lot of cities, their economy run on universities.
So
that university will bring business to the area, will bring education to the area.
It will open up.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
I really like the name. When you actually say city, it's not really bounding your resources and gates to just one. It's like the open city. So it's open vision, right? So when you say city, it's not only to one aspect. When it's a knowledge city, so it's not only limited to one IT aspect, only medical school or one engineering school. So this is great. And
so whenever you dream, you should dream big, right?
Absolutely.
So
here it's imperative that I just make one point very clear to all of the audiences and listeners here, that it has nothing to do with the political campaign. It's a very non-political initiative, and that's why this is one reason that it's very near and dear to Fariha and myself and all of the Namal committee and all of the members of the Namal. So everything is very non-political.
And you had said that all of the students there are there via scholarship, right?
Exactly.
So how do you choose these children?
So currently there are 350 students in Namal, and 90% of them are on scholarship. And they belong to 56 different districts, and they're all selected on merit basis. So we have a merit system, and they all get selected on that on the basis of merit. And the student to teacher ratio is 1:11, which is amazing.
Wow.
That's
yeah.
profound.
That's great.
Yes.
So the amount of
Yes.
attention that they get
Right.
is
great.
yes, very
Yes,
much
1 to
so.
11.
And most of them belong to rural areas. So
Oh, really?
and when
So these are very deserving children who
Right.
put like their effort and their lives on.
yes,
Yes.
On the line for
and
this.
then when they graduate, they get a degree from Bradford University.
Wow.
And
And how did that affiliation take place? Like who created that?
Imran Khan is actually a chancellor at the Bradford University, so he put all this in motion, and so now when the students graduate, a group of students go to Bradford University to collect their degrees, and their classmates' degrees.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because these are children, as you said, and by then they're not children, they're
Right.
young
Yes.
adults
Yeah.
who probably would never have the opportunity to do so coming
Yes.
from a rural area,
Yes,
right?
yes. Like, yeah, you can't imagine like what a difference this project is making in other people's life.
Very much
I
so.
cannot even imagine the impact and the magnitude of the positivity that would bring, in the lives of these children, because they may not even have left their villages or their let alone the country, their
So it's
cities,
more
and
than an
they're going to
education.
Bradford.
You're giving them a life.
Exactly,
Yes.
life, and a whole
Yes.
different perspective to life.
Excellent.
It's amazing. And in regards to Canadian affiliation, I believe it's still in progress with the negotiations and talks within
Yes,
the universities.
we would love to have a same kind of relationship that we have with Bradford University, with our universities in Canada.
Right.
So like it'll be a proud moment for us as a Canadian that students in Pakistan are getting degrees from a Canadian university.
And truly, it is so important because oftentimes, as we're aware, when people migrate to Canada, their education isn't recognized, and people have PhDs from back home, and they come here and they have to start from scratch.
Yes.
So to have that designation from a Western institute, it is of paramount importance.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Absolutely. So you mentioned earlier that there are already 2 established schools and running. They're up and running completely,
Yes.
and they're obtaining their degrees from
Yes, yes.
Bradford.
Yes,
And those 2
therefore-
projects, how much? $3 million?
The two, because we so far we acquired 1,000 acres of land, and we built 2 schools, and so that cost us 261 million rupees.
Okay.
And we
And
have.
now you're looking to establish 4 more.
More because it's a rural area. It's a mountain area. It needs lots of development, roads, and right now the kids, they have to go to a near village for their residence. So we are building residence there for students, and
Like dorms.
yes, and also shopping mall and markets. So
Conveniences.
yes, for the teachers who come there to teach. Yes, yeah.
Right.
So we're building a city.
Yeah, truly
on
building
on the
a
basis
city.
of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
very good.
amazing.
So how much do you estimate that the other 4 institutions would cost?
To be honest with you, I don't have those numbers.
Yes.
But definitely we will get that to you if you
Absolutely.
like. Yeah.
So we'll be talking about this fundraising event and how we can actually raise the fund. And this is the one very small step that we are taking in that direction. And this is only very limited to the Canadian chapter in Toronto. And again, only speaking in Toronto, and then we are not limiting to Toronto. There are many other cities in Canada. So of course, Toronto is the first step, and then of course expanding within Canada, and then going worldwide from here. And speaking of that, and the next step would be that how you can become a member of NUML. And can you please tell us? I know there are so many different the subsets in this initiatives that's happening. that how can you become a member of this NAML, and how can they, if there's a one-time contribution, if anybody would be limited to. So I'm throwing too many questions at you, so perhaps you can answer one at a time.
And first of all, how did the Canadian chapter begin, or the Toronto chapter?
There you go.
Since we like known Imran Khan for actually I personally know become part of his his struggle, or when he started raising funds for his cancer hospital.
Yes.
And I was in grade 8, I think, at that time. So when we knew about the project, we like started to think like, how can we help? And then we got in touch with his sister Alima Khan, and we asked her how we can contribute to this project. And then the NAML Knowledge City organizers, and they came up with a plan that they will have non-profit organizations in all across the world to help raise funds for NAML Knowledge City. So we
and then it just took off from there. So, yeah. And we will be finding out more about how the nonprofit organization started up in Toronto when we return from our break. Stay tuned.